Alright, today I'm going to show you how to make a little kid's foam sword. These are what you'll need. You'll need 1/2 inch insulation. Pick that up at Home Depot. Shark bite pipe, also 1/2 inch. I use this for little kids because it's flexible. Measuring device, craft foam, a knife, and gray or silver duct tape to cover up the blade and make it look, like metal. And hot glue gun, and then that's some yarn that my kids got too, so I'm going to use that for the handle for cushioning. So that's what you're going to need. Alright, clear up my workspace and we'll get started. Alright, so what I've got now is I've got my pipe foam, and I've cut that at 15 inches. I've got my piece of shark bite pipe, and that's cut at 20 inches long. So the insulation will be your blade, and then the extra will be where your handle will go. To start, you need to cut a little bit off of here. Well, actually your tip here. So you'll cut a little bit off here, and so you can have kind of an angle at your tip. Alright, I'll get that, and then Alright, so I've cut the tip, and I took those pieces and I stuffed them in the ends. That'll give kind of padding so that nobody gets hit with the end of the pipe. Alright, now I'm going to cut out the guard, and I'm going to use this craft foam paper. I'm just going to cut a piece off. Okay, so that's cut. Little strip off, about 2 inches wide. And I fold that in half. That will become the guard for the sword. Right, the little hot glue gun's been over here warming up. So that guard is really quite flexible, so I'm going to add some hot glue around here, around the edges, pretty thick to make it a little stiffer. Alright, so that's glued together. Now what I need to do is just basically cut an X, a small little X right here in the center so I can slide the pipe through. Alright, there's the X. Let me just grab it and just slip it right here onto the end of the pipe and slide it up. Alright, so there's the guard put on. So next we'll wrap the blade with some tape. Alright, so when I start taping the blade, I like to start at the tip and just kind of close it off nice and tight so that it has an extra layer of duct tape. And I'll rip off pieces that are the length of the blade and just tape nice and flush down here at the base that's going to hit the guard. Work my way up nice and even and keep it smooth. Alright, so there's the blade. Got one more row to do right there on the back side, and then we'll show you how to glue it to the pipe. Alright, so there's the blade. Stuck partway on the pipe. Now what I need to do is I need to glue. I'm going to go back over and hot glue right through here, right to be below it for the guard, and I slide that on. That glues both these to the pipe and to them each other so they don't come off. So I'm going to go do that. Alright, so there it is, all glued together. You can see all the extra glue that squirts out. Burns a little bit, but that's okay. So there's that. Now next, once that sets, I'm going to pinch here and squeeze the end together like this, but I gotta wait for the glue to harden up. Okay, so there's the guard glued up. Pinched it with a clothespin so I didn't have to hold it for the next couple minutes while it cools. Now next we're going to do a piece right here. So we're going to take some of this craft foam and we're going to cut an angle on it. That will be the pommel here, and we'll wrap it around as we glue it. So we'll start with the wide and work our way out to the smaller end of the foam, and we'll glue here, and then we'll wrap and then run a little glue and keep it glued on there all the way around. Alright, there's the angled piece there, so we're going to glue it on, then I'll wrap it around and around, gluing as I go. Alright, so got it started. I'm going to just run glue, a little bit of glue here, wrap, let it set for a second, run a little bit more glue, wrap it, and try not to let the glue get too far ahead of me. Okay, there's the pommel glued on. It just kind of goes around and around, gives you the base. And next, we need to wrap some yarn down here. It takes about, let's see, for that long of a handle, it'll probably take about 16 feet of yarn. What I do is I grab my yarn and I pull out 16 feet and I fold it in half. Then I stick it right here, set it down with some hot glue, and I wrap it. And wrap it all the way around, and it takes a while all the way to the bottom. And then if I have any extra, I just run it back up in larger loops, and then I run hot glue up and down, so we'll go there. Alright, so I got my yarn here. Like I said, I'm going to put it right here with some hot glue and hold it in place. Alright, so there's the yarn started, and now I gotta wrap it all the way around, working my way down. So I'll show you that. As you get to the end, you're going to want to put a little bit of hot glue right here in this area, so as you wrap up and finish up, it glues it in place. Okay, so that's glued off. Now I'm going to run glue up and down the handle in the pattern, give it a little bit of a grip, maybe some crosses or diamonds, whatever it comes out as. It won't be pretty, but it gives it a grip, and it also keeps the yarn in place so it doesn't create gaps as they play with it. Alright, so there's the sword done, basically. I've done some where I've put things on, or I've even added yarn on the handle, which I probably will do, and then take a quick picture of that. But I've even done one for Grow where I did it in pink and glue little sequins on and little plastic gems on there to make it look pretty and girlish. Alright, I decided to show you how to make a tassel for the end of the sword. So I got two colors of yarn. I'm going to put a bit of glue a glob of glue right here. I'm going to twist the thread so that the glue sticks in place, and then cut this end. Then I'll show you how to put it on. Alright, so there is the yarn, and I'm going to cut right through here and cut that so that so that the knot stays there. And I take the hot glue gun, it'll actually melt through that foam, and then once it melts a hole, I squirt some glue in there and stab that right in the end. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that very well, but I took the hot glue gun and melted the hole there. I'm going to squirt some glue in there and then stab the tassel in. Alright, the tassel's glued in. All I gotta do is take scissors or a knife and cut right there, and it'll be done. Alright, there it is right there. Finished. Hope you enjoy it. Have fun.